My girlfriend confessed to betrayal. I craved a true warrior. Her lips curled into a wicked grin. They chose her over me. I smiled, grabbed my keys, and walked away. They won't see me again. This morning, my phone erupted with 32 missed calls, each one a reminder of the chaos I left behind. I should have known. The signs were there, lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike. Every clue was laid bare, a trail of betrayal leading straight to the heart of our shattered bond. After 3 years together, you start to overlook the cracks, hoping for change. But that hope can turn to ashes. I clung to that lie, desperate for it to be true. It began with the tiniest betrayals. Allison started staying late, a familiar pattern during the chaos of the season. But this time, it felt different. There was a fire in her eyes, a plan brewing beneath the surface. Then the new perfume hit me, an unfamiliar scent that clawed at my insides. Clothes I'd never laid eyes on invaded our closet, and her phone transformed into a holy relic, always just out of reach. Betrayal simmered, and I was ready to strike back. Jealousy? Not in my nature. Not once. But something was wrong. She'd flinch, a sharp retreat, every time I reached for her, lost in her screen. She'd stride out, phone in hand, spinning tales of work calls. But beneath that facade, a storm brewed, waiting for its moment to unleash fury. Endless nights with strangers, their names lost to me, fueling a fire within. Last Tuesday, as I folded laundry, her phone blazed to life on the coffee table, a spark igniting the fire within me. A message from Jay flashed on the screen. "Can't believe you're gone. This isn't over." Last night was a storm brewing, a reckoning waiting to unfold. Everything else faded away, but my gut twisted with fury. I never intended to be the guy who invades her privacy, but fate was relentless, pushing me to uncover the truth. That night, when she walked through the door, I chose to confront her head-on. She stood in the kitchen, blending her smoothie, as if the world hadn't just shattered around her. The blender roared, drowning out my thoughts as I stood in the doorway, eyes locked on her. This was the moment. "Who dares to ask about Jay?" I demanded to know when she would finally silence it. Her posture shifted in an instant, a silent declaration of defiance. Her shoulders tightened, but then she unleashed a fury I never saw coming. Her smile was a weapon. Not the familiar warmth of her smile, but a chilling, victorious smirk that promised retribution. "Finally figured it out, Michael?" She smirked, raising her glass to her lips. "Jay's my enemy. I've been tangled in his sheets for 2 months now." Her words hit me like a punch, sharp and unforgiving. No remorse, no hesitation, just fury. What a joke. "I craved a true warrior," she said with a wicked grin. "A man with a fierce determination, seizing what he desires without hesitation. Not a fool wasting weekends on video games with Jacob, drowning in mindless movies." I stood there, reeling from her words. 3 years together, and this was the truth she chose to reveal. Amidst the shock, a fierce fire ignited within me. Not rage, but a piercing insight that cuts deep. "Does Chloe even realize?" I asked, fueled by the memory of the friend who brought us together. "Oh, she's been aware for weeks," Allison sneered. "Our friends get it. They see the truth. Jay offers a reality, not mere fantasies or empty promises." That cut deeper than the betrayal itself. They were supposed to be friends, sharing birthdays, holidays, and countless dinners. But all along, they were just spectators, laughing at my pain from the shadows. I grabbed my phone and unleashed the group chat with Jacob and Chloe. "So, it's true. You all knew, didn't you?" Jacob's reply hit like a lightning bolt. "Listen, you're good, but Allison needs someone who's got it all figured out. Don't let it get to you." Chloe shot back, "We never meant to hurt you, but perhaps this is the jolt you've been waiting for." I glanced up from my phone, catching Allison's gaze, that infuriating smirk dancing on her lips. She craved the chaos, the moment when I would finally snap, the tales she'd relish sharing later, poor, pathetic Michael losing it. But she had no idea what was coming for her. I smiled, but it was a mask for the storm brewing inside. A smile that blindsided her, raw and real. I stormed to our bedroom, yanked out my go bag, always ready for a quick escape. I snatched my laptop and keys, fueled by a fire that couldn't be ignored. As I strode through the kitchen, I caught Allison's gaze, her smirk wavering. "Where do you think you're going?" she shot back, her voice laced with challenge. "Out!" Just like that. "Allison, take the apartment. Jay will cover the rent. Just wait and see." Her words barely escaped as I slammed the door shut, but I had no intention of turning back. My phone buzzed relentlessly, those so-called friends scrambling to justify their betrayal. As I sped away, I shut off my phone, and an unexpected feeling washed over me: relief. Sweet, intoxicating relief. Sometimes, losing it all reveals the truth of what was never yours to begin with. I was lost, but finally, I felt the pull of a path that promised retribution. The thrill of vengeance surged through me, igniting a fire I thought had long been extinguished. Time for a reckoning. Thanks for the overwhelming support on my last post. I never saw that coming. This past week has been a whirlwind, and I'm still reeling from it all. I'm holed up in a rundown motel on the edge of town. It's nothing fancy, but it's clean. The owner, an old guy named Pete, seems all right, at least for now. He slashed $20 off the weekly rate, thinking my story would soften me. Little did he know it only fueled the fire. After 2 days of silence, I powered my phone back on. 32 missed calls, 47 texts, most from Allison, some from Jacob and Chloe, and a few from unknown numbers. But it was the flood of social media notifications that truly drew me in, igniting a fire within me. Allison was swamped, drowning in her own chaos. Her Instagram story screamed a narrative I never agreed to. The villain? Me. A controlling, jealous boyfriend, lurking in the shadows of her every step. But the truth? It's time for the tables to turn. She claims I twisted her emotions, cut her off from everyone, and unleashed fury when she dared to fight back. Every post overflowed with hollow sympathy, even from those I once called friends. The crown jewel, a gut-wrenching video where she accused me of financial abuse, claiming I forced her to split our bills down the middle while I stashed away my cash. How ironic, given she made more than I did and demanded this setup herself. Then the message from Gemma hit me like a punch. A coworker I thought I could trust, telling me to check my email. Rumors swirling around the office about me? Oh, they have no idea what's coming. Without a doubt, the company-wide email arrived, preaching about a safe workplace, cloaked in subtle jabs at the troubling actions of a few. The tension was palpable, and the reckoning was just beginning. Silence speaks volumes, and the clock ticks with intent. Anger should have consumed me. I should have unleashed my truth, fought back with every ounce of fury. Instead, I felt a surge of curiosity. How far would she push this? The stakes were rising, and I was ready for the fallout. Further than I ever imagined. // yesterday, I walked into our local coffee shop, the one spot I thought was safe since Allison despised their coffee. Unforgivable. The barista, once warm, now shot me a glare that screamed disdain, as if I were nothing more than a stain on her shoe. Turns out, Allison had made that place her stage, spinning her survival tale to anyone who dared to hear. But this is where the real game begins. As I rummaged through the storage, I unexpectedly crossed paths with Juliana, the so-called best friend of Allison. She was on edge, darting her eyes around as if the world would crumble if anyone caught her speaking to me. "Watch your back," she hissed. Jay isn't merely her boss, his wife holds the strings that bind them all. Deeply intertwined. Allison's been spreading lies, painting you as a threat, a ticking time bomb. "Why are you revealing this to me?" Juliana's eyes flickered with fierce determination. "This isn't the first time, and it won't be the last. Before you, there was someone else at work. He thought he could win, but I've got plans of my own now. Allison and Jay, they betrayed him just like the rest. He vanished, leaving nothing but a trail of betrayal behind." That conversation shattered everything. I toiled through the night, unearthing legal records, scouring social media, whatever it took to uncover the truth. The last guy was real after all. Make your mark. Vanished without a trace from social media the moment Allison stepped into the company. This morning, the landlord dared to call me. Allison dared to erase my name from the lease, insisting I had abandoned what was rightfully mine. When that failed, she twisted the truth and claimed I was the one making threats. He reached out, a warning laced with shadows of the past. His sister had faced the same darkness years before. But here's the brutal twist. Amidst the chaos, a message request flashed on my Instagram from an unknown account. Curiosity ignited a fire within me. The profile picture showed a woman in her 40s, exuding elegance, adorned with lavish jewelry that whispered of untold stories and hidden betrayals. The message cut deep. We need to have a serious conversation about my husband and your girlfriend. Tomorrow, we settle this over coffee. It bore the name Mrs. J. In 1 hour, I face her. Allison's man story is on the brink of chaos, and I can't wait to see the fallout. It's wild, watching Allison weave her tangled lies, our friends blindly picking sides based on her deceit. But you know what? It feels freeing. Every spiteful word, every feigned sorrow, every twisted tale only proves what I've always known. I'm shedding nothing of value. Update 2. Apologies for the wait. The storm is brewing. The last 2 weeks have been a storm of chaos. That coffee meeting with Mrs. J? It changed everything. She's been plotting for months, collecting proof not just against Allison and her husband, but uncovering a web of deceit within the company. Remember how Juliana talked about that guy who vanished? He won't escape the consequences. He won't be the last. Mrs. J had recorded 3 strikingly similar incidents in just 5 years. Young employees entangled with her husband, scheming to eliminate anyone who dares to reveal their betrayal. This time, it's personal. Mrs. J had had enough of silence. She had it all: texts, emails, expense reports, and even security footage from the parking garage. Every piece a weapon, every detail a step closer to her reckoning. But she craved one last act, a brutal unveiling. The annual company party was the perfect stage for reckoning. I had no intention of showing up. Why should I even consider it? But Mrs. J had a plan of her own. She said it with fire in her eyes. The ultimate revenge is watching them reveal their true selves. The party raged at a lavish hotel downtown. I walked in, fashionably late, looking sharper than ever before. The stares I received upon entering, utterly unforgettable. Allison's grip faltered on her drink. Jay's face drained of color in an instant, a stark reminder of the storm brewing within him. It was a moment that screamed for retribution. But here's the twist. I didn't lift a finger. Chloe staggered forward, her confidence fueled by the drink. "You've got some nerve coming back here," she spat, her voice cutting through the air like a knife. "After all the pain you caused Allison," I couldn't help but smile. "Your reckoning is coming. Everything I put her through? Oh, that's just the beginning. Unleash the truth." That's when Gemma took charge. Do you still think about her? My enemy? She had been gathering her proof all along, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back. Allison's screenshots flaunting her triumph in the company chat. The audacity. Her voice dripped with deceit as she plotted the perfect betrayal with Jay. Gemma declared, "It's time for the truth to come out." In the next hour, everything crumbled, one after another. Mrs. J made her entrance with deadly precision. Tablet clenched tight. The projector blared to life, exposing every secret, every betrayal, every moment of deceit. The room fell silent, hearts raced, and revenge simmered just beneath the surface. Allison's fierce struggle to reclaim her story, no matter the cost. But the true spectacle was Jacob. Brothers before hoes? Not when the hoe can elevate my game. Jacob, you thought you could get away with it. But I'm coming for you. You'll regret the day you crossed me. He recorded every moment on his phone, plotting to reveal it to Jay later, to prove his unwavering loyalty, or so he thought. Instead, he seized the moment of Allison's total breakdown. "You think you're so clever," she screamed at me, fury igniting in her eyes. You and that spiteful old hag, hell-bent on destroying everything I've created. Jay's love burns fiercely. We will build a life together, and they will regret ever crossing us. That's when Mrs. Jay chose to reveal the final blow. Divorce papers signed and sealed. Jay had been weaving the same deceitful dreams for Allison as he had for the others. Betrayal runs deep. Same script, new vengeance. Silently, I stood by, a witness to the chaos. Years of deceit crumbled before my eyes, and I reveled in the destruction of their carefully spun web. Juliana, silent until now, unleashed her fury at last. I helped her, she confessed, facing the hushed crowd with a fierce intensity. I took pleasure in shattering that other guy's reputation. Never again. I refused to let it happen. By midnight, the party lay in ruins. Allison burst out, fury blazing, mascara running like a river of her pain. Jay was trapped in his office with HR, the walls closing in as tension crackled in the air. Those so-called friends, quick to swallow her lies, now avoid my gaze like the plague. Just as I turned to walk away, Mrs. Jay's grip tightened around my arm. Thanks, she spat out, for being the one who stood their ground. I drove home to my motel room, a storm brewing inside me, yet an unsettling calm washed over me. Pete sat alone, the glow of the screen casting shadows of his restless mind. He locked eyes with me and smirked, a spark of malice in his gaze. Sleep tight, but remember, the night holds secrets and shadows of what's to come. Absolutely, without a doubt. This morning, my phone's been exploding with messages again. Time for a change. Excuses, denials, and those who never stood by Allison's truth. They will pay for their betrayal. Mark, the coward who ran away, dared to send me a message. He's been lurking, watching every move through our shared circles. Karma has a way of striking back, and all it needs is someone to witness the reckoning. This is it. The end of the line. This is the moment. This is it, the last chapter of this wild saga. Buckle up, it's been a brutal journey. Get ready for a wild ride. The fallout from the company party was a brutal surprise, leaving scars no one saw coming. In just 48 hours, Jay and Allison were forced out, but this was only the start of their reckoning. Do you recall the files Mrs. Jay gathered? There's so much more to the story, and it's about to get explosive. So much more. Every expense report Jay forged to mask his secret dinners with Allison. The betrayal cuts deep. Each email drips with their betrayal, a testament to their schemes against others. Every twisted evaluation, a dagger in my back. She laid it all bare before the board of directors. The legal team struck hard and swift. Lightning quick. They cared little for the affairs, but the relentless harassment and financial deceit ignited a fire within them. Jay and Allison are now entangled in civil lawsuits, but the real twist is just beginning. Remember Mark? The one who thought he could just walk away? He returned, and the storm within me raged. He came armed with proof, both real and symbolic. He had it all recorded, every detail of the smear campaign Allison and Jay orchestrated against him. They thought they could destroy him, but he was ready for revenge. He was lost, drowning in the chaos of it all. Not anymore. Mrs. Jay unleashed her lawyer upon him. 3 days later, he struck back with his own lawsuit. Then everything changed. One by one, they emerged from the shadows, armed with their truths and undeniable proof. What began as a single scandal erupted into a relentless storm. Allison made her move first. She unleashed a tearful video, painting herself as the true victim, twisted by Jay's deceit and now facing relentless persecution. That's when Juliana unleashed her fury. She unleashed the screenshots of their private chats, exposing Allison's arrogance and her sinister plots to ruin lives. She relished in the torment of her victims. Allison stormed into my motel last week, and everything changed. Pete, the owner, dared to call me at work. That girl you mentioned? She's causing chaos in the parking lot. I drove slowly, savoring the moment. There she was, perched on the hood of my car, mascara running down her face, gripping a manila envelope like it held the world's secrets. I have dirt on everyone, she hissed, her voice trembling yet laced with a fierce promise of reckoning. If you refuse to help me end this, I'll unleash everything. I laughed, but it was a bitter sound, laced with the promise of reckoning. Go on, set fire to every last bridge you've got. Let's see how this plays out. She hurled the envelope at me, fury blazing in her eyes. Inside lay the evidence, the damning photos, the incriminating screenshots, the private messages, years of her deceit, her arsenal for revenge, her twisted safety net. I captured every page while she stood there, eyes wide, then returned it with a smirk. Unleash it all. I'm ready. But first, see the wreckage your past plots have left behind. Allison can't handle it when the tables are turned. Her own weapons become her downfall. She ripped the envelope apart in the parking lot, her voice a fierce echo of vengeance, promising we'd all pay for this betrayal. That outburst? It was caught on tape. It exploded across social media in mere hours. Yesterday, the final blow struck hard. Mrs. J's divorce is done, and she walked away with it all. Sweet revenge. Everything they built, shattered. The house, the cars, all their wealth, Jay's golden parachute, vanished to cover legal battles. His name? Ruined. His future career? Google has become his enemy. What about Allison? Last I heard, she's crawling back to her parents in another state. Pathetic. Her social media has vanished into the shadows. Those friends who chose her side? They're facing their own reckoning now. Supporting the wrong cause comes with a price. Jacob attempted to make amends yesterday, pouring out a lengthy message about how he failed as a friend. But it's too late for that now. I fired back with a screenshot of his old messages backing Allison. Let the truth cut deep. He cut me off. Spineless. Chloe's fighting back hard. She's consumed by the fear that those screenshots Allison hoarded could destroy everything she's worked for. I don't feel bad at all. So close. Me? I just locked down a new apartment. It's mine now, and I'm ready to make it unforgettable. Finally snagged that promotion at work. They'll see what I'm truly capable of now. It's incredible how cutting out the poison transforms your life completely. I'm with someone new now, moving at my own pace, but trust me, I won't forget. The ultimate revenge isn't in the plans or the games. It's thriving while they self-destruct. But I won't pretend, seeing it all go up in flames has been utterly gratifying. This is it. No more updates. The end is here. Thanks for joining me on this wild journey, Reddit. You won't forget it. Karma will find its way. Just wait and watch. Sometimes you have to pull away and watch. As they reveal their true selves. The truth cuts deep, but it's a reckoning worth witnessing.